Hi, it's Carolyn, the New York 9/11 Canadian Angel. Tonight we're going to be using a different mandolin. Going to try something different. So in the meantime, tonight we're going to be trying to talk to Michael Jackson with the help, and I'm going to ask my guides if they want him in the group. So Tim, you're here? Are you here? Could you swing this new one? Do you like this new one? Do you like this new one? If you do, swing it. Okay, I got a heart one this time. Swing hard, Tim. Good. Okay, who's here? Is John Belushi here? Stop. Is John here? John, are you here? Stop. Robin Williams, are you here? I'm taking attendance for a 12-step meeting in heaven. Stop. Marilyn, are you here? Okay. Stop. Okay, stop. Is Elvis here? Okay, thank you. So, who else is here? Is John Bradshaw here? Is Bill W. here? Is Dr. Bob? My God, it's getting bigger. How many people are here? I'm going to stop. Stop. Come on. How many people are here? 20? 30? 40? 50? 60? 70, 80, 90, 100. The word's getting out. You still want to be 20. That's good. Now, I have to ask you permission because I don't want to break your boundaries because I know you're all sexual survivors. Are you sexual survivors? Have you all had... No, stop. Did you all have addiction problems? Did you all have addiction problems? Are you in recovery now? Have you forgiven the people that abused you sexually? Thank you. It's a good thing. Okay, in the meantime, I want to ask your permission. Can we have Michael Jackson here so we can understand the mind of a pedophile, if he was one? Will you give him permission to come into this group and tell his story? So you'll forgive him? Can you forgive Michael Jackson if he was a pedophile? So you allowed him in the meeting. It's going forward. That means yes. Give me a big swing, because if I've got 100 people here, I want a big swing. Come on. I want a big swing. That's good. Now, I'm going to let John Bradshaw be part of this group today. He was a priest at one time. He could exonerate him. I was a Jehovah's Witness. Michael Jackson was a Jehovah's Witness. Out of curiosity, is Prince here too? Like Prince, the singer? Prince, could you come into this group? Hi, Prince. You're a Jehovah's Witness too. Were you sexually abused by any chance? Now stop. I know you had addiction problems. Big time. So, were you sexually abused too? These damn religions. They, as a Jehovah's Witness, everybody's supposed to be so perfect on the outside, and they weren't. Okay, who else could we get in here sometime? I would like to get Janis Joplin. Is she around? Ooh, Janis, you're here too. Okay, so that's great. So, but in the meantime, let's see if Michael Jackson's here. I'm going to get this going. I'm holding my arms stiff so I don't want anybody thinking I'm doing this. So that's why I'm using the new one. And I got it backwards. Okay, that way. Okay. And this is only a 15-minute thing, so I got to watch it. So I got a cold. And I got the door open because my cat, this is nighttime, I've been working on these shorts. And hey, I finally beat it. God help me. So I finally did my first short. The only thing is, they want me to do, what is that now? A verification, which I can't do because I'm in the middle of friggin' nowhere. I'm using Wi-Fi phone things, and they're competing with each other, and they want me to join and pay them. I'm not doing the pay thing. And I do have a phone. I have a Bell thing through PC Mobile, but there's no service here, so I have to use Wi-Fi. So therefore, I can't do anything fancy. So I'm going to have to live with it, but I'm just going to have to get the numbers. You guys will help me get the numbers. Will you help me get the numbers and the subscribers? I've only got 4 subscribers so far, guys. Okay, Michael Jackson, if you're here, Sky stop. Is Michael Jackson in the room? Is Michael Jackson in the room? Will you guys call Michael Jackson? Oh, you're here. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. I'm trying to think of another singer that died, and that was sad. I'll think of her when I stop thinking of her. So anyway, Michael Jackson, are you willing to tell your stories? I'm going to ask you one question. Did you sexually abuse those kids? Yes or no? Did you? If you did, do a big swing. You did. That's sad. Stop, Michael. Stop this stupid thing. All right. Were you sexually abused? Because what I have discovered, the kids that were, now stop, were kids that were sexually abused usually do the re-abuse as an adult, the same age as they were abused. It's almost like a filing cabinet. They put it away until there's a trigger. And if there's a trigger of a child that's the same age as they were abused, they re-abuse that child. And then they file it away as if it never happened. That's what the priest did. That's what I did some research on. That's interesting. Is that true? John Bradshaw, are you here? John, are you here? Is that true? Is that what you discovered too? Thank you. Okay, stop. Okay, I'm going to do the age thing that I did with Elvis. Everybody else, I do the age thing. Most kids that are men start at 3. Now, one thing I want to know, was it a man or a woman? Was it a man? Was it a man that abused you? Yes. Okay, now stop. Was it someone in the family? Was it someone in the family that abused you? 9 times out of 10, it's always a family member. Somebody in the family. Was it your father? Did your father sexually abuse you? My father sexually abused me too. And my grandfather. And my uncles. God, I was living in a... I felt like I was... When the memories came up, I had no memories when I started. It took 20 years to work on it. And I felt like I lived in a red light district. So how young were you? We're going to work on this. Your father claimed to be a great Jehovah's Witness, but he sounds very much like my dad. My dad was the top real estate broker in Canada for 10 years. He started MLS in Hamilton, and he worked with the mafia. So my dad was all about money. Him and John Trump would have loved each other. When Kennedy's kicked, well, you agreeing? And what's that for? What's the no for? Oh, you just want to sit still. I'm talking about my dad. But that could have been your dad too. It was all about money. He didn't give a shit about you. It was all money. Yeah, my dad did. I cleaned my dad's buildings, painted them, worked for him. Mind you, stole my rabbits. Yeah, same thing with you. Did you feel like you were just used and abused and you lost your childhood? Okay, let's start. I was sexually abused from the time I was 6 months old. Oral sex, which is quite common. A lot of when I was taking my nursing, I was really shocked that in BC they do 3 vials or whatever orifices are, and they take samples of in each one of them. If a kid comes in, that's a baby. Because it could be sperm, because men have a habit of putting their penis in baby's mouth and they'll suck on it and they jack off and they forget and the baby suffocates from the sperm. That's sad. But that's happened and they don't do that here. So how young were you? Were you a baby? Were you a baby when this started? Because with me it was a baby. Okay. It started when you were a baby. That's sad. So, when did he do internal? Did he do anal sex on you when you were 3? Anything? I'll start at 3. Did he do oral sex on you as a baby, like my grandpa did and my dad? My mother married my grandfather. Yes, he did that too. That's sad. Well, that means it was done to him. Do you realize it's a generational thing? It's patterns that happened to him. Can you forgive him? Michael, can you forgive him? Are you going to ask forgiveness from the other boys eventually? Are you going to? Are you going to forgive the other? Are you going to ask the boys for forgiveness? If I'm here on set, will you say, I'm sorry I abused you? Could you say, I'm sorry I abused you? Forgive me? Because it happened to me? Do you want me to do that? Okay, so anybody that was abused by Michael Jackson, he's saying he's sorry and he wants you to forgive him. And there's a high probability that you're going to be predators too. That's true. Are any of the boys that you abused, do you think they're abusing other kids? You think they are? Oh, that's sad. Okay, now stop, Michael. Stop. Okay, we're going to do the age thing for anal sex, okay? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my God. Started at 5 a little bit, 6 a little more, 7, 8, 9. Is that why you wanted? Now stop, Michael. Stop. Is that why you wanted to be white instead of black? Because you just wanted to disappear and not be part of the culture because of the abuse? You didn't want to be tied into your family? Is that why you wanted to be white instead of black? Because you wanted to disinherit them? Is that why you wanted your childhood back? Now I'm going to ask you something that I want to understand the mind of a pedophile. Are you a pedophile? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes? You were a pedophile in life. Okay. I want to find out how many kids. 1. Stop. 1. I know it wasn't 1. 2. Wasn't 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 12. 13. Was it more? More than 13? Yes. 14? If it's, tell me how many. I'll go to 14 and I'll stop and do a big swing when I get 14. Oh, you're just, that's enough, 14. Okay. 14 kids, he said he sexually abused. That's sad. So how did it feel for you? I'm just wanting to know, how did it feel for you when you knew you were triggered? What age were you said, we're going to find out what age group that you hit. So, cause then we'll have an idea. Because it's like a filing cabinet, you put it away, and a kid comes up and then you trigger it. So, it's, oh, I've gone too far. Stop.